so we're going to be finding surface area, but this time we're finding surface area of solids. So for a surface area of prisms, we have our formula right here. And so it's pH plus 2B. So first P. P stands for the perimeter of the base. Perimeter of base. Okay, and then we have H. So H is a little bit more straightforward. H stands for the height. And then we have 2B. So B stands for, big B stands for the area of the base. And in this case, we have two bases. So that's why it multiplies times 2B. So area of the base. So if we look at the first example here, our base is actually in blue. Okay, so to find the perimeter of the base, we're going to have to add up all the sides. Okay, so first we're going to have to find P, we're going to have to find H, and then we're going to have to find B, and then we can plug it into our formula. So finding the perimeter of the base. So this is 1. So it'll be 1 plus, from here to here is 4, based off information. And then we come around this corner, that would be 1 again, plus, come this way, and that'll be 4. Okay, so 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4 gives us 9 kilometers. Okay, next is the height. So how tall is our prism? So looking at this is our height, and that would give us 4 kilometers. And then last is big B, so the area of the base. So in this case, our base is in the shape of a rectangle. So to find the area of the base, we're going to do base times height. Now the base and the height would be these two, okay? To find the area of the rectangle, so, or the area of the base. So that would be 1 times 4, which gives us 4 kilometers. Okay, so now that we have P, H, and B, we're going to go ahead and use our surface area formula. So surface area equals, it's going to be P, H, plus 2B. And we're just going to plug in. So my surface area equals, my perimeter is equal to 9 times, my height is 4, plus 2 times, because we have two bases, and then 4. All right, we put that in our calculator, and that gives us, I believe, 44. So surface area equals 44 kilometers squared, because it's surface area. All right, the next section. So just in case you didn't get it, we have one that's a little bit similar. So we do the same thing. We start off by finding the perimeter of our base. So remember, the base is this one in blue. Okay. And so from there to there is 7. This little section is 1. Plus, that means that this back stretch should also be 7. Plus, this little piece here should be 1. So 7 plus 1 plus 7 plus 1 is going to be 16, and our units are feet. And we find H, the height. So how tall is our figure? If we look here, our figure is 6 feet tall. And then next is our base, so big B, we're looking for big B. So to find the area of the base, to find this area, we're going to do base times height. So this is 7 times 1, okay? And we're doing the base and the height of the rectangle, or the length and the width. So 7 times 1 gives us 7, and then feet. But since its area should be squared, I forgot that on the last problem. So now that we have that, we have our surface area formula. Surface area equals pH, so pH plus 2B. And big B stands for the area of the base. So now that we know most of this information, we go ahead and plug it in. So P is 16 times our height, which is 6, plus 2 times our base. So our base here is 7. So we go ahead and plug that all into our calculator. And that gives us, for the surface area, it gives us 110. And then then our units are feet squared. And that's it. Okay, so let's look at our next one. So surface area of prism. It's not supposed to say prisms. It's supposed to say pyramids. Sorry. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. It has 1/2. Now we still have P here. So P stands for pyramid. Okay, and then big B still. I'm gonna have to edit all that out. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. All right, so next section, we are going to find the surface area of pyramids. So with the surface area of a pyramid, we have SA equals 1/2, and so we do see a familiar letter, P. Okay, it still stands for the perimeter of the base. So that doesn't change. The new letter that we found here is L. And so that L stands for slant height. Okay, so it's not the height, it's not how tall the building is, it is the slanted part. So slant height. And then the other familiar letter that we see is big B. So this time, not like the other problem where we had 2 times B, it's just plus B. And the reason for this is because you only have one base on pyramids. If you notice here, we have this square pyramid at the bottom, and it just has one base. So that's why you only add one B. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and find all this information starting with P. So P equals, we're gonna find the perimeter of our base. So our base is a square, it's 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, and that gives us 24 miles. Okay, and then from there, we're gonna go ahead and find the slant height, so L. So the slant height is a height that goes slanted like this. It's actually the height of that triangle. And so they tell us that that is 7 miles. And then last is the area of the base, big B. So we do 6 times 6, which gives us 36 miles squared. So now that we have all that information, we can go ahead and plug it into our surface area formula for pyramids. So SA equals 1/2 our perimeter times our slant height plus big B, which is the area of the base. Okay, so we know that our perimeter was 24, and then our slant height is 7, plus our base is 36. So we go ahead and put that in our calculators, and that gives us 120. So our surface area of our pyramid is 120, and our units here are miles squared. Okay, the next example we have here, it says find the surface area of a square pyramid with a side length of 4 yards and a slant height of 5 yards. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to find the perimeter first of the base. So we do 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and that gives us 16 yards. Not squared, sorry. And then the slant height, this is your slant height. L is equal to 5 yards. Okay. Then we have big B. Big B stands for the area of the base. So to find the area of the base, we're going to do base times height, or 4 times 4 of that square, which gives us 16 yards squared. And because this is area, that one is squared. Okay, so we go ahead and plug it into our surface area formula, which is 1/2 times P, which is our perimeter, times L, which is our slant height, plus our base, big B. So now that we know all of this information, we can go ahead and plug it in. So our perimeter we said was 16 times our slant height, which is 5, plus our base, which is 16. And so I believe this is going to give us 56. Let me just double check. Yes, so surface area is equal to 56, and our units are yards squared. And that's it for that one. All right, now we're going to find the surface area of these cylinders. So we use the exact same formula that we would for prisms. You would use pH plus 2B. Now it says, what is the surface area of the cylinder with a height of 3 kilometers? Okay, so from here to here, they tell us is 3 kilometers. And a radius of 6 kilometers. So that means, I hope I draw this right. This radius is 6 kilometers. All right, so from that information, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to have to find the perimeter of the base first. But since our base is a circle, when you find the perimeter of the base, it is going to be like you're finding the circumference. So it is going to be 2 pi r. Okay, in this case, our radius is 6. So we're going to use, instead of r, we're going to use 6. And they do want us to round to the nearest thousand. That's going to be 3 decimal places. So it's 2 times pi times 6. And that gives us 37.699. Okay. Next, we are going to find h, which is the height. And that they already gave to us. They told us it's 3 kilometers. So h equals 3 kilometers. And then last, we are going to find the area of the base. So for the area of the base, since this is a circle, to find the area, it is pi r squared. And we said our radius is 6. So we go ahead and put that in our calculators. And we are rounding to the nearest thousands, and it gives us 113.097 kilometers. All right, so now that we have all of this information, we're going to use our surface area formula, which is equal to pH plus 2B. Okay, we have 2 bases. We have 2 circles, one at the bottom and one at the top, okay? That's where that comes from. Okay, so then we plug in all the information that we already found. So we found that our perimeter is, or our circumference is 37.699. The height they told us was 3, plus both of our bases, and our bases are equal to 113.097 kilometers. Oh, we'll add the units at the end. 97. So now we have all this information. We put it in our calculator exactly the way we see it. 2 times, and this gives us 339.292, and our units are kilometers squared. All right, the next one. It says, what is the surface area of the cylinder with a height of 2 meters? So this time, this piece right here is 2m, and our radius is 7 meters. So from here to here is 7 meters. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We need to use a formula pH plus 2B. So first we need to find the perimeter. But in this case, since it's a circle, we call perimeter circumference. So our circumference is 2 pi r. Okay, when we put that in our calculators, that gives us 43.982. We're rounding to the nearest thousand. Okay, the next letter that we need to find is h, which is the height, and that is 2 meters. And the last one that we need to find is big B. So big B stands for the area of the base. So since our base is a circle, it's going to be pi r squared. And our radius we already said was 7. So we go ahead and put that in our calculators. And that gives us 153.938 meters. Okay, so now we're going to plug it into the formula. Surface area equals P H plus 2B. And using the information that we know P is 43.982 times our height is 2 plus 2 times, and then our base we said is 153.938. And so we go ahead and put all of that in our calculator. Just give me 1 second so I can put it in. And that gives me 395.841, and our units are meters squared. And that's it. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions. You can leave it in the comments. Thank you guys. Bye.